All right, y'all, let's go ahead and do my last book haul of 2024. So, the books that I have, I either got from Books A Million or I got from a used bookstore in Terre Haute, Indiana called Books, DVDs, and Games. I think it's in like Southland Shopping Center. If anyone's familiar with the area, I highly recommend going and checking that bookstore out. Every time I come to visit my parents, I actually go to that bookstore. They live in the area. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So, I got this book from Books A Million. It's called The Songs of Athena. And it is a kind of like a booktube book or a book talk book. It's a revival of Greek Renaissance. So I would put it in the same vein as like Percy Jackson, for example. But anyway, I wanted to read it. It's on my wanting to read list. So I went ahead and got it because it was buy one, get one 50% off. And this was the second one that I got for buy one, get one 50% off. Super stoked about this one. This one's by Kristen Hanna. It's called The Great Alone. It's about a family living off grid after the Vietnam War. So she wrote a book called The Nightingale about World War II. And then she wrote this one kind of like the aftermath of Vietnam, people living off grid in the 70s. It sounds awesome. Can't wait to read it. Then I got this book called The Miracle Creek. It's called Miracle Creek by Angel Kim. It's kind of like a whodunit about people who go off to a rehab facility where they claim to cure things from infertility to autism. So, sounds pretty interesting. 2 people die, and then they kind of try to figure out like who killed the people. Anyway, looks interesting, and I'll let you know. Then, these are the books that I got from the used bookstore. I got all of the Crazy Rich Asian series, so if y'all have not watched this movie, I highly recommend it. It's really, really good. So I got Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Wan. I got China Rich Girlfriend, again by Kevin Wan. And then I got Rich People Problems, again. Now, this one I actually got at Books A Million as well, but it got mixed up because I've done this video like 50 times now. This one's called The Italian Girls. It's a novel on World War II. Y'all know I've been really into World War II lately. But I feel like I wanted to buy this one because I feel like it's going to be a perspective of people living in Italy instead of people living in Germany or people like in the Holocaust, like Jews in the Holocaust and whatnot. So this one seems interesting to me because we always forget, or I forget, that like there's multiple perspectives of people because, you know, Mussolini, also a fascist, right? In Italy, causing havoc in their region as well. So hopefully I can get a historical fiction perspective of people living in Italy. And then this one's back to the used bookstore. So this one is another Harper Lee book. It's called Go Set a Watchman. Classic books. Interested in reading this one as well to go along with To Kill a Mockingbird. She also wrote that book, which is a lot of people's favorite book of all time. I also got another John Steinbeck book. Like, I'm so stoked about this one. They didn't have that many John Steinbecks. I would have literally bought everything, but I have Grapes of Wrath, been reading it right now, but this one's called Tortilla Flats. It's about Hispanic family living in America, you know, around the time like the Grapes of Wrath. So that's all I could really kind of get from this book because there's no cover to this book. It's just a hardback book. Anyway, stoked about this one. I got The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. It's about a guy who moves from the South to where Harlem. So anyway, you can pause to read if you want to read the back of the book. But this is another classic, right? But it's one that I don't feel like is talked about a lot. And I've been wanting to read this one. It was actually one of the books that Skeeter reads in The Help. So that's where I even looked up this book and learned about it in the first place, was from The Help. Anyway, I can't wait to read this one. I'm definitely going to be reading this one very soon. Then I got Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. So this is a play on Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and this was written with Seth Grahame-Smith. And in the same vein, I actually thought I was buying Dracula, but I bought Dracula the Undead, which is like the sequel to Dracula. So it's just like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies in a weird way, because it's written by Ian Holt, but it's based on the original Dracula. It's whatever. I was kind of bummed that I actually accidentally bought this one instead of the original Dracula, but I'll read it, see what it's about. And then the last one is the whole writings of Jane Austen. And so now I find myself with Pride and Prejudice like 3 different ways, because there's Pride and Prejudice is in this one, Sense and Sensibility, and I have Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters now. And Emma, obviously I got that one the other day. Lady Susan, never heard of it, but I just went ahead and got all of her writings because I've been wanting to read more of her books, so I might as well just buy them all in one. So anyway, that is my book haul. I'm going to be done buying books. I'm going to be reading a lot of books in 2025, so don't be expecting book hauls from me, but do be expecting book reviews from me. And also, like I said, just a reminder, if TikTok gets shut down, I will have Herschel Walker Vampire Slayer over on YouTube, where we will be reviewing books. If anyone's interested, to follow me over there. See y'all in the next one.